Good morning, everyone. So, kind of a quiet Friday again. Let's see, it's on that calendar quick. Yesterday we were on the webinar. We were talking about some possibility for some more risk off. That's kind of what we were feeling. And again, we seem like we are getting some JPY strength is still there. So, but for today, crazy, it's already June 14th, but we do have the retail sales, which will be pretty important to kind of watch. This is the kind of tells you about the consumer spending in the economy. So that'll be kind of important for the Federal Reserve as well. And we also have some consumer sentiment. We can check that out quick. Overall, let's see. That has been on quite a bit of an incline. We did kind of hit a high, but if we did break out of here, that'd be pretty interesting. Definitely, so we could see that if we actually break out of these highs. But looking at, let me see if I can find it quick. 10-year, do max. 2008, 2009. Trying to show 2009 quick, but let's see if we can do 2000. 2008. Let's see. So you have 2008, and again, let's do 2006 quick. Okay. Let's see, even do a little more. 2004. I'm gonna do 2004 quick. 2004, we got 2004. So just kind of being careful, because again, once consumer sentiment, again, it hits all-time highs. We can see that right here does, was kind of hitting a high, but eventually it did start to, kind of, I'll show you. 2000. I might as well just do max. Let's do max. So somewhere in here that we did end up making a high. Again, it starts to kind of it's saying that once consumers, they get way too overly optimistic about the economy, and eventually that's kind of when stuff starts to happen. Whether it's with them taking in too much debt, and they just get too overly optimistic. This is kind of some of these. Obviously, it's just kind of this is the strategy that we play: mean reversion, mean divergence, reversion to the mean. Eventually, things do revert back to an average price. Not just here. This is not really a price, but an average value. It's really with anything that we do. It's actually really interesting. So, saying that potentially. Not saying this we're going to turn around here, but eventually, we're going to see some sort of reversion to an actual mean. Look how this thing has been kind of moving. It's just about when it's going to happen. That doesn't mean we can't get some more optimism and break up into these highs of the 90s, 1990s. But it's just something that we can kind of watch for. Interesting stuff though. Reversion to the mean. Google it. It's very very interesting. So we were looking at this GBP CHF, but GBP not much on the news front for Brexit. There's a lot of little stuff, but is it actually pressing the market? A lot of this might be little stuff that we can kind of combine together and start to say, okay, overall it's starting to seem a little better. So Tory rivals plot to stop Boris Johnson. Hancock quits Tory race after Johnson builds lead. No deal Brexit threat is the act of self-harm. So still kind of a lot of talk about no Brexit deal. We can kind of look at this. We can look at it, Governor, let's see, and that. So kind of quiet Friday, but let's see. EU warns over future ties if next UK Premier withholds bill. Will be putting at risk country's future relations with the European Union if he refuses to pay a £39 billion financial settlement the government agreed to as part of the Brexit deal. So this is Boris Johnson has saying that he would withhold this Brexit agreement or this financial settlement to the EU until they had a deal. So Boris Johnson right here, the front runner, told us so many times last week that he would withhold the payment unless the EU agrees to better terms for the divorce. So this is actually pretty important to kind of see how the EU reacts to it. We can kind of already see, that they're warning over the future ties. Well, we're just going to kind of have to wait and see again. It's all kind of about being patient. Bank of England right here. Why does this shit come up? Bank of England may become more hawkish under a governor, Rajan, I think. So we can see that the Bank of England has already said that they would possibly raise rates even during Brexit, which is kind of optimistic. And I don't think, obviously I don't think any of this is really priced in. I mean, we've been kind of selling off. So, really kind of looking for some pound strength. It's just about timing it when. But I think overall we're going to start to see, that little intuition or that feeling inside of us. For me personally, and just overall sentiment start to shift to be a little more bullish. I'm not saying it's right now, but I think obviously coming in the next, sometime this month, I think we could possibly see that shift come. So that's what we're gonna be watching for. So I was just reading something, but yeah, Boris Johnson too dominates race to be the UK leader after first round. So it seems like, he's does have that head. It's going to be important to understand, follow along with his rhetoric so we can better understand what's his ideology with Brexit. He, as we said on the webinar yesterday, he doesn't want a no deal Brexit, but he's not really afraid to take the UK out of the EU with a no deal. So that's important. So GBP, CHF, definitely would like to watch that. Indexes, again, we had that JPY buying up tremendously. CHF, did we break that high? Not really. I mean, we're kind of turning around. But as JPY is, are we going to kind of come up to these highs a little more? Possibly. GBP, USD index. Still some more consolidation at these lows. The most that we've really ever had within kind of in here. We haven't really seen much that, but that's not saying that we can't break a little lower. So we're going to continue to watch the GBP, euro. Again, looking for some more sell side for that euro. So, not going to be placing trades this Friday or, today. I'm really just going to kind of wait. Euro GBP, we are at kind of a pretty decent high. CAD CHF. Kind of, we're looking at it around here. We are still kind of in this area. We did kind of hit off on this little consolidation here, pushed up, and looking for this to maybe roll over to the downside. So that's something we're going to pay attention to for next week too. But guys, that's about it. Just want to keep you guys up to date on Brexit. Some of these pairs, again, it's not always going to be that we're trading, but like I said, in the next couple months, we're going to be a little more aggressive with how we trade. So if you guys want to follow along with that, definitely let me know. We're just going to be kind of I'll explain things a little later, but we're just going to be executing a little more, but it'll be stuff within the strategy as well. So the Australian dollar too, we're also, not much for, Friday. So we're just going to kind of end the week here. Make sure you guys are just doing your analysis for the weekend and just understanding kind of what's going on globally, and most importantly with Brexit, really, and kind of everything with Boris Johnson. So guys, hope you guys have all have a good weekend. Let me know if you do have any questions, and again, we can always hop on a call if you guys do need